Welcome to Get to Know the UFL Teams, episode number 3. And also, first things first, happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. All right. So, episode 3 is the Columbia's Aviators, one of the 3 new football teams joining this year's United Football League. Their head coach is former Ohio State wide receiver, plus former Panther wide receiver, by the way, Ted Ginn Jr., becoming the head coach of the Aviators. Todd Haley is their offensive coordinator, and another former Panther safety, Captain Marmalade, is their defensive coordinator. So, hey, by the way, I know Ted Ginn Jr. I was a fan of the Panthers, guys, and you know back then I always watched Ted Ginn Jr. playing his best football in Carolina, as well as Captain Marmalade, who plays that great defense with the Panthers. So glad to see Ted Ginn as a head coach of a spring football team. So his roster looks really, really good, by the way. Jalen McClain, who was with the Houston Roughnecks, is his quarterback, as well as bringing in Zachariah White, the running back. Kiki Kesmet is their wide receiver number 1. Azil Mack, their tight end as well. On the defensive side, they got Kyrie Woods, Cam Smith, and Kavion Patton, their defensive line. Players to keep an eye on. One name, Tawa Tua, who was an all-time rushing leader. I believe not all-time, had the best rushing season last year with the Michigan Panthers. He's joining the Columbia Aviators, and they're going to run the football. They're going to be running the football. Of course, Todd Haley's the offensive coordinator, and they're going to give those design plays for McCollin, and he is a good runner as well. Not just the arm, but he has a good legs for running. They also got Jalen Walker for middle linebacker. DJ Miller as their defense as their corner. Clayton Tune. If you remember Clayton Tune, he did took a snap against the Ravens in the 2025 NFL season. So he's another backup good option for them, and they're doing competition, but I'm guessing Jalen McClain is going to be their starter, and we'll see if Clayton Tune comes up and ends up being a starter maybe week 7, week 10 if things don't go well with Jalen. They also got Rashad Davis as their wide receiver 2, and then Noah Dawkins is their linebacker as well, joining Jalen Walker in the mix. They were founded in October 7th, 2025, which is 4 months ago, or actually it's been 5 months ago. Sorry. It's been 5 months ago they've been announced. They are playing in the historic Crew Stadium, which is the old stadium for the Columbus Crew, which they play their time there before they moved to their brand new stadium, which great stadium for the Columbus Crew. So, where do I look with the Aviators? I did not talk about the Dallas Renegades ceiling, but I think the Renegades are going to be in okay with their head coach. So, what about Columbus? Are there a worse team? Maybe something to keep an eye on. Title contenders or champions? To me, this roster looks good, but I think the question is going to be, can they get some wins against those big names like the Dallas Renegades, the St. Louis Battlehawks, the Birmingham Stallions, now even the Houston Gamblers, by the way. So they're going to have to get some big wins if they're going to compete in the playoffs for the UFL. So the best scenario for them is playoffs. Maybe they do end up making one of the biggest surprises out of the three teams that make it to the playoffs. Probably a surprising season. Worst scenario is if things don't go very well, like Jalen McClain is not doing very well. Let's say they start 1-4 and they change quarterback with Clayton Tune. I just don't know where their ceiling is next year, or unless they will play next season. We'll see. But I think right now, I'm thinking maybe playoffs, right there with the Renegades. I think the Renegades will be in the playoff conversation. But for Columbus, I don't think they're the worst team in this year's UFL. I just think there's going to need to be questions around the roster and can they collect some wins in the UFL. And that is it for the Columbus Aviators. The next episode will be, I'm going to look for, next episode will be the Houston Gamblers. Yes, a team that has been there in back in the 2000s. So now their name is back again as the Houston Gamblers. If you've not seen my other my other two, which is the Birmingham Stallions and the Dallas Renegades, go check that out on my channel. Of course, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more sports news.